Namaste. Welcome to this practice of relaxation. And today we're looking at legs up the wall pose, but with a bolster. So if you don't have a bolster, you could use anything that's heavy but not hard. So it could be perhaps several swimming towels tied together with a bottle inside them, bottle of water inside them, something like that. But if you want to invest in a bolster, go for it. They're quite worthwhile. If you're going to invest in a bolster, get one that's filled with beans or wheatgrass and buckwheat. I forget what it's called. Anyway, the sort of beany ones, which are heavy, but also can be shaken in all different directions and mold to your body a little bit better. The foam-filled ones are not quite as useful, in my opinion. For the previous practice, we did legs up the wall and used a block, but I'm going to put that to one side. If you don't like legs up the wall because you get restless legs or your legs feel like they're just sort of hanging in space, then this variation is for you. So if you've done a lot of practice on your feet or your day has just been busy and you've been on your feet, come and bring yourself close to your wall, whether that's in bed or on the floor. And then reach your body down as your legs go up and try to get yourself the comfortable distance for you away from the wall. So you don't need to be super right up against the wall. But if you're able to get the buttocks against the wall, the backs of the legs can sometimes be a little bit more softened in their effort, or in their lack of effort, as the case may be. When you come into this posture, just make sure whatever you're going to use is close by, but give yourself the opportunity to find the body in this shape, make the back of the head soften towards the mat, softening the shoulders, feeling all the parts of the body that are supported in this new orientation, this new relationship with gravity that you have. And relaxing the arms to wherever they're comfortable. Taking a few minutes, a few moments, a few breaths. In this position, it's still okay to gently turn your head from side to side. But as if you were working with lifting the hips up, then at that point, it's good to keep your head more centered and more neutral. What we're going to do is rest our bolster, or whatever you've created at your end, on top of the feet. So we need to take a little bit of care as we do this. It's useful to be vigilant. So I'm going to rest the bolster across my belly, and then I'm going to lift it up as I bend my knees and place it on top of my feet, and then slide my legs back up the wall, keep my feet a little bit further apart. I feel like I might be in a tumbling troupe or the circus now. So with the bolster on top of the soles of the feet are naturally kept in a more flexed position. And the weight of the bolster enhances that feeling of the legs dropping into the pelvis. And this is a different relationship that our legs have with our pelvis from normal. So they don't normally rest above the pelvis. And so if this feels good to you, then you can hold here. You can, of course, soften your knees as much as you need to. If you are practicing this and you've got bent legs because they're on a chair, you can rest the bolster on top of your shins, and it has a similar effect. So making sure that you feel comfortable, it feels good, it feels like it's creating that gentle engagement down of the back of the pelvis, and down of the legs into the pelvis. Then organizing your upper body. So the head is staying nice and neutral. The arms can be bent at the elbows with the hands resting onto the belly, or they might be resting away from the body. They might be out to the sides a bit more, or even over your head. As long as the back of the hands The elbows and the shoulders are all on the floor. And with the bolster in place, your legs don't have as much movement in them as they would if they were without the bolster in place. It keeps them as a solid, stable unit. And you're able to release and relax perhaps a little deeper without those nervy twitches happening in the legs. Closing your eyes if you haven't already done so. We're going to be here for about 3 to 5 minutes of just gentle, soft, deep breathing. Remembering that you can release out at any stage if it becomes more comfortable to do that. After your next exhalation, just preparing to move. If your arms are up or out to the side, then drawing them gently down towards you again. And we're just going to release the bolster from its place here. So bending your knees towards you, preparing your arms to catch the bolster, and just gently easing it to one side. You can lengthen your legs up again. You can just spend a moment experiencing that feeling of lightness in the legs, which is one of the lovely aspects of doing this particular practice. Even the lightness of the low back. Maybe wiggling your toes a few times, maybe rolling your wrists and your ankles, wiggling your legs. When you feel ready, you can bend your knees into your chest. Just ease them towards you. Perhaps wiggle your spine a little bit. Turn your head from side to side. In your own time, you can roll to one side and hang out there for a few moments if you need to, before making your way up to sitting. And as you come to sitting, give yourself an opportunity to sit in stillness and feel the effect of your practice. So allow your spine to orientate itself again, adopt this new relationship with gravity with the head upright, allow the blood to get back to all the places it needs to go, and just feel that beautiful releasing sensation through the body, that lovely easing. I hope you've enjoyed this practice and find it useful, particularly if you find it hard to keep your legs still when you've got legs up the wall. I look forward to sharing a new practice with you again soon. Namaste.